Okay, alles klar. Dann fangen wir mal mit dem Klassenprozess an.
Very nice. Well, thrills, chills, kills!
Okay. Okay, ich glaube, das ist ein guter Zeitpunkt, um zusammenzufassen, was bisher passiert ist. Denn jetzt kann ich auch endlich mal mit Audio streamen. Ja, Kapitel 2, Klassenprozess. Ich war etwas geschockt, nachdem ich gesehen habe, wer getötet wurde. Leider konnte ich es nicht aufnehmen. Natürlich einer der zwei Charaktere, die mich interessiert haben. Natürlich ist es eine von denen. Jetzt schauen wir mal, wer es war. Ich habe keine Ahnung, es könnte nicht jeder sein, aber ich glaube, ich habe 3 Verdächtige. Aber jetzt schauen wir mal, wie das Ganze hier vorangeht. Mal durchschauen, ob ich irgendwas überlesen habe. Sehr interessant ist das Statement hier von Celestia. Anscheinend sind wir ja die einzigen, zu der sie gesagt hat, dass Chihiro hier, unser Opfer, unterwegs war. Aus irgendeinem Grund hat Hifumi diese Information auch. Obwohl sie zu uns meinte, sie hätte es keinem gesagt. Mal schaue ich. Hier fehlt das Kabel. Das Kabel wurde benutzt, um sie aufzuhängen. Ja. Wahrscheinlich wurde... Okay. Das Handbuch fehlt. Ja. Es ist... Okay, fangen wir einfach mal an. Wird schon irgendwie hinhauen. Falls jemand interessiert, ich spiele auf dem schwierigsten Schwierigkeitsgrad, also alles auf schwer gestellt. Dann, let's go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first up, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Ja, sehr wahrscheinlich die Hantel, die wir gefunden haben. Okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Okay. Ja, die Handel.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is
correct.
consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Ja. Gibt es ein Problem?
That's so creepy!
Warum?
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Oh? Hast du schon verdächtig?
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Ach so. Natürlich, genau. Ja, das macht Sinn. Neues Element. Ja, bitte erklären. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, also einfach von der weißen Linie fernhalten. Deshalb. Was? Ein Schalldämpfer? Was ist das hier? Okay. Remark with your white noise. Ah, okay. Ja, wir müssen es einfach noch ausprobieren. Ja, okay, wow. Ja. Das haben wir nicht, den Luxus. Ja, wir schauen einfach mal, was wir finden. Okay, hören wir einfach mal zu.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just
Okay.
no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Ah, okay, okay. Ich glaube, ich hab's
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so,
Nein!
speaking of Genocide Jack,
Ah,
I don't know who that is!
ja, ich auch nicht. Was?
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Ah, ich
Case closed.
verstehe. Ah, ja.
Impossible!
Ja,
Why?
findest du?
What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Habe ich geschafft? Ich glaube, ich habe es geschafft. Ja, perfekt. Okay.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
Also die lilanen Reaktionen versuchen zu verhindern, dass wir Und das Statement, ja, so wie sie durchschießen. Okay,
What?
alles klar.
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
Das ist richtig. Einmal die Nachricht mit dem Blut des Opfers, Bloodlust und wie die Leiche aufgehängt wurde.
The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Booblust.
Bruder!
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But
Scheiße.
more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never
Ja,
made public?
ja,
What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Natürlich, das machen wir. Nicht Gorokechi, sondern ja. So. How the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Jedes Mal, wenn ich das sehe. Warum sie?
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Oh, einer meiner Verdächtigen.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Ja, und du glaubst ihm
Is
das?
Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Ja. Die... Ah, okay, perfekt, geht hier los, alles klar. Fuck. Jetzt ist die Frage, welches Wort wir suchen. Ja. Fuck. Hä? Also, hä?
Now I understand.
Ach so, ja. Lost. Okay, wir haben's.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Richtig!
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Ja, ich liebe und hasse ihn.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Ja. Nein? Nicht?
Shoot!
Fuck. Okay. Ja, Natürlich, aber das haben wir doch... Ja, okay, wow, das haben wir doch gerade besprochen. Das ist so das manchmal, wo ich mir so denke, warum? Wir haben das doch gerade besprochen, dass sich das Verhalten geändert hat. Warum muss ich es jetzt doch mal auswählen? Ja.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Stimmt.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can't.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story.
Jetzt erfahren wir es.
She said
Also.
a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right?
You said you
Nein.
wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Ist so ein Bastard, aber ich liebe es.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh mein Gott, Alter.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question.
The person? You don't...
Oh.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever.
Oh mein
What are you
Gott,
gonna do?
Alter.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
Oh mein
This
Gott.
one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
Sie war's nicht. Irgendwas stimmt hier
Just
nicht.
like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just
ja.
kidding!
It's
Nope.
not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt. Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Ja, glaube ich auch.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the...
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Ach, Leute, ihr denkt alle zu schnell. Yep. Yep. Ja. Können wir bitte jetzt darüber reden?
But I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, Moment. Das ist jetzt...
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any...
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would...
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Shoot!
Fuck.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Yeah.
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
the
modus operandi
Nope.
completely.
Was?
Shoot!
Oh. Das sieht nicht gut
Sorry,
aus.
but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi
matches completely.
Nein, 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 ich bin dumm. Ich hab mich verdrückt. Perfekt.
Shoot!
Ja. Fuck.
Is this real?
Natürlich. Ich hab mich nämlich gerade einfach nur fett verdrückt, Alter. Chillig. Ach, Junge. Also, können wir bitte...
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
The modus operandi matches completely.
Danke.
No, that's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not
Nein,
so
war
sure
es
about
nicht.
that.
Der scheiß Körper... ich muss natürlich... Moment, ich muss hier etwas professioneller sein. Der Körper wurde mit...
I think there's a slight difference
mit
between
Kabeln
the genocide
aufgehängt.
Jack cases and this one.
Ja.
How's it any different?
Oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Richtig.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their... And